How is everyone doing today? Good? Anybody have any news they want to share before we get started today? Did you do awesome at your play, Emerson? Definitely broke a leg. Sweet. It snowed a lot this week, a ton. Probably where some of you guys are at too. But no, not where Emerson's at. I think where everybody else is at though, because everybody else is in Utah. It snowed a lot in Utah this week. But I think that's it. Oh, we got like 6 or 8 inches. It was a lot. And we're on the hill, like the mountain. So up on the mountain, we got even more. We took a picture of the snow up to here on my husband's shoulder. It was nuts. It wasn't like, because it was like the snow that was from the driveway was like pushed onto the side. So that's not how much the inches everywhere it was, but that's how much it was from the driveway. But it was pretty cool. And if I had more time, it was like piled onto the sidewalk. So we could have like dug a hole through for like a cool little tunnel to go through the sidewalk. Cause it was just like this big pile right here on the sidewalk. And then the rest of the sidewalk was cleared. So anyways, but I didn't have time. So it's all melted now. Well, not all melted, but anyways, anybody else want to share anything else that happened this week? Okay, then we'll get right to it because we got a lot to do today. So I'm going to start off with your playlists. So I'm just going to pick, we're doing book 4 right now, going through book 4 to pass it off. So I'll just have you guys play a few of those songs. So we'll have Madeline play Lullaby. Emerson will have you play Sonata in C. And Emily, Billy at the Footy. So go ahead, Madeline. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, Emerson. Well done. Thank you. Okay. Go ahead, Emily.
I can't remember the bottom hand very well, but I'll try.
Okay.
Not bottom, top.
Okay, really fast. I'm just going to tell you what the top hand is. So it's it's just the cage chords.
Okay, cage chords.
So cage is spelled backwards, so C-A-G-E.
Yeah.
You got that one. Then you just move your thumb down 1 for the 4.
Okay.
And then your whole hand up for the 5.
Whole hand up. How many?
So you just play the 1 chord, and then to get the 5 chord, you just move your whole hand up 1 note.
Okay.
So.
messing
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna write down to have you play that for me next week. So practice it this week.
Okay,
And
sorry.
have it play for me next week. Why don't you go ahead and play us "Lead Me to Life"?
Okay. I'm sorry. I have to restart that.
Awesome. Okay, we're all gonna play one more song. So, Madeline, can you play me Billy at the Footy? Okay, go ahead. Bravo. Okay, Emerson, can you play me Lullaby?
Yep.
Beautiful. Good job. Okay, Emily, can you play? Can you also play Lullaby? Awesome, beautiful job. Okay, we're gonna go next into our last chords for the dark blue, because I didn't teach those to you yet. So here's how it goes. So you play all of dark blue, right? That you guys know, and then and let's see the end of it. Let's see if I can remember. I have to play it from the beginning. So, but you guys know where you left off, right? So you play until you guys know. Then we're gonna play. Yeah, okay, it is an awkward chord, so it's supposed to sound not perfect. So, okay, so here's the first three chords. You start F, A flat, B flat, D flat. Okay. Then the next chord is you just move your thumb down one note, and then you're gonna move every single note down a half step. So what I do is I just move all the three black notes down to white, shift them down to the white notes, and then I move my thumb up to the black note. Yes, Emerson.
That one is the F chord in the cage chords.
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, good connection. I didn't even notice that. Okay, let's have everybody go around and do that for us. So go ahead, Madeline. Bravo. And Emerson. Oops, you're muted. Okay. For some reason. Bravo. Okay, and Emily. I can't unmute you either.
I don't really pay attention. I'm sorry. Wait. I can't today.
Okay, so
I'm messing up today.
the first chord is you play D flat, which is a D flat, A flat.
Okay, so they were okay.
And down one with your thumb.
So
Then everybody down a half step, which is also just a chord, cage chord.
okay.
See if you can just do it one more time. Now that I helped you out. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so that one you just really have to memorize. I don't really see any pattern in it, unless you guys see a pattern in this. It's not, I don't know. It doesn't really have a pattern to me. So the bottom hand, you play D flat, F, or G flat, D flat, G flat, or kind of you could just think of a fifth right here. And then you play C down here and right here. So it goes. Okay, so, and that's how every note, one of those notes gets a chord. So let's see if, yeah, go ahead and play that by yourself, and then we'll go around and do it. And this is the top chord. I was down one note on accident when I played. Okay, go ahead, Emerson, or I guess, okay, Madeline, and then Emerson. And
I was just going to ask, do our hands switch positions in any way, or are they just exactly where we left off? Like one C opposed.
They're right here.
Okay.
So your pinky's on the sharp of middle C.
Okay.
And then this one's the middle, the C right below it. Okay, you want to go ahead and play it for us, Emerson?
Sorry.
Yep, good job. Okay, how about you, Emily? Do you got it? Go ahead and try it. Perfect. Good job. Okay, and Madeline. Okay, and then you just have one last chord at the very end after you do that. You're just gonna play it by itself. It's in a treble C position, and you can put your thumb on D and play your, I call it the dinosaur because it looks like a dinosaur when you're playing it. So you play every finger but the middle finger, like this. But you're gonna put your two finger on this black note. That makes sense? Okay, go ahead, Madeline. Awesome. And Emerson. And Emily. Perfect. Okay. So now it will sound like this when you put it all together. Okay. So I'm gonna. Who can play Dark Blue just right now, or do you want time to play it through all at once? Madeline, is that you saying that you can play it, or do you want a second? Okay. I'll give you guys a second. Just give me a thumbs up when you can play it, and I'll have you do it for us. Yes, Emerson. Can you play it? Do you have a question?
No, I can play.
Okay. Go ahead.
What's a B flat in that?
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Good job. Yep. That one chord, the one after. I just want to make sure you played that one right. It's F, E flat, C, B flat. Did you play that? It's a. That makes sense. You got it? Okay. Okay, anybody else can play it for us? Okay, go ahead, Madeline.
I think I can.
Okay. So the first chord there is.
Yeah. Okay.
Bravo! Good job. This is a hard piece. Still randomly everywhere. Good job. Okay, Emily, you're up. Yep, and then you do the chord. Yep. Bravo. Good job, guys. I'm very impressed. This is a really, really challenging one. Okay, so now you have all of dark blue. The other thing I wanted to make sure that we did was we did the Squidgy's Boogie, and I was kind of not sure as to what the order was because they didn't give me an order when they when they teach it to us, they don't really tell us what order. And so the way that he plays it, he doesn't do 1 4 1 1 4 4 1 1 5 4 1 1. So I went and listened to the song, and I looked up the sheet music, and this is the order of how he does it. So he basically doubles each one, but then the ending he is not really doubled. So this is the order. It goes 1 1 1 1. So you can think of that as 1 and 1 because he doubles each one. And then he does 4 4. So you can think of that as 4. So 1 1 4. Then he does 1 1 again. Then he does 5 5. No, wait, no, let's see. Sorry, he does 4 4. I can't read my handwriting. Then he does 1 5 together. Like that. And then he holds out 1 to just end it. Okay? So you guys can write that down. But the reason why I did this, group them together is because it's just like playing 1 equals 2 1s because he doubles it every time, except for at the end. So you could say it was 1 1 4 1 4 1 5. Except for the 1 5 is not doubled. Yes, Emerson.
So on your, so you have 1 1 4 1 4 5. There's not a 1 in the 5.
Yeah. So this one right here.
Yeah.
1 5.
Oh, 1 5 then 1.
Yeah, and then you just hold 1 as a chord instead of doing this one. This one's just held as a chord.
All right. Thanks.
So I'll show you how it sounds, and you can follow along with it on your paper. That's sweet. I love it when I do that. Okay, I just spilled a bunch of little rocks all over the floor. Anyways, okay, so this is how it goes. Sorry. Yeah, he does. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that I didn't have it written down wrong. I actually had it written down fine. I thought I wrote it down wrong, but so this one isn't like that. So he does. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah. So here it is. So basically the ending's not the same. You could use this double 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 for 1 1 4 1, and then it goes 5 4 1 5. So this is not really the same kind of thing. You do each of those just once. So I'm gonna let each of you play it through. So that you can, yeah, Madeline.
Okay, so what kind of suspending are you doing in the top hand, or what kind of timing? Because what you play doesn't sound like what I played.
Okay.
So also, could you adjust your camera a little bit because we can't really see?
Oh, sorry. This thing, like, it gets loose sometimes, and sorry. Okay. Yeah. So the timing. Remember, I don't know if you remember this, but we did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Do you remember that? So we play it on and so get 1 and 2 and. So we play it on 1 and then we play it on the and of 2, or you could just say we play it on the first F. So we play 1 and 2 and. Does that sort of make sense? So do you want to try to figure that out? So yeah, just take a second, play it through in this order. I do want to say also that you move down. So when you go to the 4, instead of moving up for the 4, you move down for the 4. And then same for the 5. Move down for it. From C, you'll move down. So it will go. And then to get to 4, you'll move down. Sorry. And then 5 is right here. Yeah, anyways. So go ahead. And give me a thumbs up when you got it. Okay, Emerson says she can play it. So go ahead and give it a whirl.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Correct.
Can you just do that one? Yeah, this one's just one time. 1, 1, 1, 1. And then you just, yeah. Good job. Okay. Okay, who else wants to give it a try? How about you, Emily? Are you ready? All right, okay. You want to just give it a try? You can do it.
Was that right?
Yep, that was right. Yep, just
Okay.
make copy.
No. Yeah.
And then, bum, bum. Yep. Good job. Perfect.
Yay.
Okay, your turn, Madeline.
Mine sounds a little bit different than you guys's, and I think that's just because I'm on a keyboard and I can't play, different loudness
Play.
chant.
Just play me a one chord
Okay.
rhythm. Yeah, that's right. Just try to make your bottom hand even. So right now, what your bottom hand is doing is he's going slow and then fast on some of the notes. He's going. So try
That
to
was how you did it.
make him nice and even. So,
Okay.
or the way I'm doing it is I'm swinging it. So, but if you can't get it swinging, okay, it's hard to swing things. Yeah, that's pretty close to swinging. What I would do is right now I would just not swing it and I would just go. Just until you get comfortable with it, and then as soon as you're comfortable with it, you can swing it really easily.
Okay.
So try that.
Oops, I did it again.
Yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good job. perfect. So one thing I did notice, Madeline, you almost have the swing. It's just there's one note that you're making fast when it needs to be slow. So the black note, see, the black note needs to be held just a little longer. If you want.
That's just because, you know, when we learned it before, we kind of just put the hands together ourselves, and I learned a completely different timing.
Yeah.
And so
it's okay.
It's just hard to adjust.
You can just, you know, if you listen, if you have the recordings of it, the easiest way to do it is to listen to the CD and how he plays it, and your ear will just get it. So, but in the meantime, I would try to make it as even as possible until you can really swing it. But good job. You guys did a great job. Okay, so now you have all the songs in book 4. So practice, practice, practice all the songs in book 4. The next thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to do our hymns, just so you guys know. But what we're going to be doing is, so you guys are done with book 4, so we're going to be moving to book 5. But we're also going to buy, before we do that, we're going to buy the arrangements book. And we've already learned a couple of the arrangements in the arrangements book, but you guys didn't buy the book. I just kind of did it. So, but we're actually going to learn all the arrangements. There's arrangements for book 1 through 3, and there's some really pretty arrangements in there. So, I think what we're going to do before we go to book 6 is, 5, not 6. Before we go to book 5, I'm going to have you buy the arrangements book, and we'll learn some of the arrangements. And I think we'll do arrangements and reading for a little bit. And then we'll move to book 5 and stuff. But let's go ahead and go to our hymns. And if we have time, I'll have you guys play for me Amazing Grace. Did I even email that to you guys? Oh my gosh, I'm such a legend. Okay, so I'm not going to have you play Amazing Grace. I'm going to, while you guys pull up your songs, your hymns, I'm going to pull up an email, and I'm going to write an email to everybody. So, does everybody have their hymn number and everything? Okay, awesome. So you guys can take a second if you want to review it real fast, because I need to pull up this email. Okay, sorry, I'm just gonna do this right now. Here we go. Okay, I sent it to you guys. All right. Let's go ahead. We'll have Emerson start. I'm gonna pull up my book. So mine's on my desktop, and it takes forever to get there. Come on, thing. Okay, Emerson is doing page 26, which is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Redeemer of Israel. Do I have one of these? Okay, so we're just doing the top hands, and you can do the same thing we did with the other ones where you say up a 7th and an 8th and whatever. Okay, so go ahead. Unless you can do both.
I practiced it with both.
Okay, go ahead. Do both hands.
Okay. Okay.
Beautiful. Well done. All right. Madeline is doing page 28. She's saying that she loves so much that she really wanted to do it.
I've never even heard this song.
Oh, well, that means it's true sight reading.
But I'm terrible at it. But
Okay, well, we'll see. Just do.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just do the top hand and just say the intervals as you go along.
Saying it makes it so much harder.
Okay, well, you can try saying it without it, but usually my students don't do it right if they don't say it. But go ahead if you want to try saying it without it.
Okay.
No,
My biggest problem is that I don't have the timing down. So like with quarter notes, I play them at the same. I play the same time through quarter notes that I do through 16th notes. And that kind of messes up the song. But
okay.
Okay.
Then we'll see how. This is good. Okay, go ahead. Great job. Madeline did it perfectly. That was exactly how it's supposed to sound. So, yeah, you did it great. That's exactly how I wanted you to play it. So, and everybody else recognized it, right? Yep, it all sounded like it. So, good job. So, even though you thought you didn't do the rhythm, when you're sight reading music, sometimes it's okay not to get the rhythm exactly when you're just trying to get the notes first. And then when you want to get it perfect, you can go back after you know the notes pretty well and really get the rhythm. But you did it really good. So, okay. Emily, you are doing 12. So, let's see, 12, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Thank thee, O God, for a prophet. Okay, go ahead, Emily. Perfect. Well done. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now is I want you guys to do the bottom hand for it. And so we're going to look at a bottom hand because some of you guys, I know Emerson was able to play her bottom hand, but she's had prior experience on the piano. So, but you guys, the rest of you guys probably haven't. So we're going to look at what the intervals look like in chords because bottom hands will usually have lots of chords because with hymns, you are playing bass, tenor, soprano, or alto and soprano, because it's supposed to be with vocal. So the bottom hand has a lot of the bass and the tenor, and because these are simplified hymns, it doesn't always play every single one of those. Okay, so we're just gonna take Emily's. So I'm gonna pull it up right here, and I'm just gonna briefly show you how to do it. Okay, so what you want to look at is, what does a fifth look like? What does a third look like? What does a sixth look like? What does a second look like in a chord? Okay, so this right here is a fifth. That's what a fifth looks like. You can say it has one space between the notes, and both of the notes are on spaces, if that helps you recognize what a fifth looks like. And then what you do is you just find, either you follow the top or you follow the bottom as far as the notes go. So I'm going to follow the bottom because it's a C, and I'm really good at finding C's. So I'm just going to put my thumb or my pinky on C. And this one is on bass C, right? So I just put my pinky on C, and then I put a fifth on the top. So I just kind of make the interval right there. But I play them together. Okay, so that's a fifth. This one's a third. You can think they're both on spaces and there's just a line right in the middle. That's how you make a third. So I follow the bottom. The bottom note stays the same. The top note moves down a third. So I just move my note down a third, and I play that as a third. Then it goes back to the same one as this one. So that's a fifth. Okay, then I have this one right here. Now, this is a sixth. So, and you'll want to tell yourself this. You'll want to say, okay, that's a sixth, that's a fifth, that's a third. So you can really see it in your head when you look at it. And so you can just pick it out really fast. So you didn't have to think about what note they are. Okay? So my bottom note moved down one. So I'm just going to move my bottom note down. And there's my sixth. Then my bottom note moves up one more, and my top hand's the same the whole time. So that's how you're going to do it. You're just going to kind of follow the intervals on the top and bottom and adjust them as they go. Okay, does anybody have any questions about this? Does this make sense? Okay, so I'm going to let you guys each try a line. So I'm going to let Emily try one of the lines on here because this is her piece, and then we're going to go to Madeline's piece, and I'll have her try one on her piece. So, and then Emerson, I'm going to assign you another hymn to do. So, okay, Emily, let's have you try, since I already did this first line, and that was pretty easy, let's have you try the second line. And you'll have to unmute yourself because, there you go. Yep, awesome. Yep, exactly. Ta-da! See, pretty easy. Not too hard. Okay, so this week what I want you guys to do then is do that. Is to just play the bottom hand. So we're going to go to Madeline's piece really fast. Okay, Madeline's piece has seconds and fourths in them. And you'll notice here that this note is a half note and this note's a quarter note. But that just means that they want you to hold this note while you're playing this one and that one. So it's going to look like this. So they just want you to move that guy down a note, but keep this one on there. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. And then, so yeah, this one's pretty easy to look at if you just see the intervals. This bottom guy is just going down a second. This guy stays where he's at, and then he goes up a second. So it's really easy if you look at it kind of like that. So let's have Madeline play the first line for us and see how you do.
Takes me so long to position in the bottom.
It's okay. You'll get faster at it the more you do it.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah, this note right here is a C. So you go, and then.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then you're gonna jump up.
Like that?
Yep, perfect. That was it. Yep.
And then.
Then your thumb just moves. Perfect. That was it. Okay, good job. So one other thing though that Madeline has in her piece, and if you have it in yours, then you'll know how to do it. But right here, Madeline has a sixth, and it has a sharp on the C. So if you don't understand that, all you do is you find C. So just play it as if it didn't have that there, and that's what it looks like. And then add the sharp. So move your whatever note it's on. So this one it's on C. So move C one note to the black note. Because when it has a sharp means go up a half step. Flat.
That's what that symbol means.
Yes.
Good to know.
Exactly. Sharp is up a half step. Okay, so wherever you're at, whichever note it's on, is telling you to take that note and move it up a half step. So for example, this one is a C, and it moves up to C sharp. Okay? So you won't play C, you'll play C sharp there. Does that make sense? Okay. So, Emerson, I'm going to give you another song. This one's Joseph's, I think. So can't have that one. I'm trying to find the next C song. Abide with Me. Oh, yes, Emerson.
Is anyone done How Great Thou Art?
No. You want to do that one?
I can do that one or Abide with Me, or I could do both.
You can do both if you want to.
I'll do both.
Okay.
Abide with Me is which page?
35.
35. Okay. 35 and 22.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. So you guys got your hymns. Other thing I wanted to do. Yeah, I sent you guys Amazing Grace. So sorry I didn't do that. You guys can look at that too this week. You can print it off and sight read that. So you have two things to sight read: your hymn and Amazing Grace. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have 6 minutes. So I'm gonna see if I'm just trying to decide which one to do. So we're gonna start our arrangements. And we already did some of the dreams arrangements. But we skipped one of them because I just didn't want to do it. So, but we're gonna learn them all because we're gonna do all of the arrangements instead of just a couple. But I think since we only have 5 minutes, I'm gonna teach you a little bit of the Jackson Blues arrangement thing so that you can start practicing it because it's hard. You have to practice it to get the feeling of it. Okay, so this will just be an exercise because it's not the whole song yet. So this is how it goes. We're gonna take if you guys remember light blue, right? And we're gonna put this rhythm to it. Okay, yeah, exactly why we need to practice it. Madeline's like, what? So you're just gonna go. So you can think of hump, dee, dump, dee, hump, dee, dump, dee. Okay, so every note gets 2. Hump, dee, dump, dee, hump, dee, dump, dee. Okay. So, yes, Madeline.
I'm just wondering, are you repeating both of the notes or just the pinky?
Both of them.
Okay, that makes it easier.
Yeah. Yes, sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah, repeat both of them. So, and you, I really want you to practice so you can just really get the hum, dee, dum, dee, hum, dee, dum, dee, hum, dee, dum, dee, hum, dee, dum, dee. So let's just go around really fast. So Emerson, go ahead and play it for me. Yep, perfect. And Emily. Oops, I can't mute. Good job. And then Madeline. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. Then I'm gonna have you also practice going. Okay, so I'll break that down for you. You do what you just did. So you ended up, and then you're gonna go 1, 2 on the 5th, and then just go out, in, dun, dun, out, in. Okay, so let's do a little round robin with that. Go ahead, Emily can go first.
Wait, so
Yep, just like that.
okay.
And Madeline? Yeah, good job. And Emerson? Perfect. Okay. So let's see. I don't know if I want to teach you. We have 2 minutes, so we'll learn the top end for just the one chord. So for the one chord, maybe I'll okay. So here you go. You're gonna kind of follow the same thing as the bottom. When you with your 5 and your thumb, right? But you're gonna add the 3rd. So right now you have the root and the 5th playing, and we want to add the 3rd. So this is what it is. You do a C chord, and you'll play that 2 times. Then you're gonna move your hand up to play this. It's an F inversion, but you can just think of it as moved up. So, and then you're gonna move your hand up again. So your middle finger is just moving up 3 notes, just like that. Okay? And you're just gonna follow that pattern. Okay? All right. Does that make sense? So then you can put it together if you do. But you can do it separately too. But I just wanted to be practicing that this week so that when we do that piece, that one, it's easier for you guys. So, but okay, our time is up. If you have questions, you can email me or just ask them next week, or I'm done asking them next week. And I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.